BC, how are we? Thanks for joining me again. Tonight's video is for Blackstar's Finals 50 subs one and done contest. It's quite a late video for me. Though it's not that late, it's only about 9 o'clock at night. But there's a couple of reasons why I put it in tonight. I was actually going to probably do it the next day or two. I have a little stack ready. But I just saw Andy put in his contest, and basically I'm sure there's lots of bands, one and done bands, but they're not that easy to find, and I think you probably struggle to get more than 10 to 15 or something like that. But I'm sure there's much more. But basically Andy mentioned in his video, even though Andy did two, Andy, but he's Andy, he's allowed to do anything. But he was quite in depth with those two, so that's fine. Not that nothing to do with me. Anyway, sorry. But he mentioned the band Velvet Revolver, who I had in my little stack ready to go, but he didn't. That wasn't an album or a band he was talking about. He just talking about something else and brought them up. I think band members or something from Guns N' Roses who were involved with Velvet Revolver. But just looking online, I just realised actually they had more than one album. I just thought they had this one album, Contraband. I think it's called Contraband. But actually they got a second one, so that doesn't count anymore. Okay, so anyway, that was the reason I was going to put it in, because I heard him talk about that, and I was surprised he didn't have it as one of his bands. So I thought I'd better get in there and put it in before someone else does it. And there's another reason I'll tell you later why I did it tonight. Anyway, I'm going on a bit. So Blackstar Rob, fairly new channel, cool guy, and shows a lot of metal and a lot of different stuff. He's been smashing out a lot of videos. Yeah, so this is just a contest entry for support of his channel. I think he might have said he wanted 10 one and dones, and then he's happy with 8. I think he's happy with 5, and then I think he said he's happy with 5. So I think you're happy. I've only got 5, so hopefully you're happy with this, Rob. What else? Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, everyone's showing this one, Sex Pistols. Even though this is not the actual studio album, great rock and roll swindle. Obviously, Sex Pistols. Never mind the bollocks. Great word, bollocks. But yeah, only one studio album, lots of other different comps and other sort of assortments of albums, but only one studio album. And what a legacy they left on music, life, styles, with one album. Would the next one, if they had another one, been better, worse? I don't know. It's pretty hard to compete with that one. So yeah, Sex Pistols. Never mind the bollocks, which I don't actually have. Second one. Now, I haven't seen everyone's entry, but I'm not sure if someone's sharing this guy yet. I'm surprised if they haven't. Jeff Buckley. One studio album. Unfortunately, he drowned. I think Mississippi River, he drowned when in his 30s. I think he was 30 actually. He might have been making his second album. I'm not 100% sure about that one. But Grace, amazing album. And unfortunately, he passed away. So one studio album from Jeff Buckley, so we were deprived of many more of him, I'm sure. Rock in peace, they say. And actually going online, getting some help to try and work out which bands are one album wonders. Well, not wonders, well, just one album and done. A lot of them seem to be punk, heavy metal. I don't know why. Maybe because they play so many beats per minute that you just can't sustain it for more than one album. I don't think. Well, that's why someone like Johnny Denver or who else? Neil Diamond have got multiples. Just a bit slower beats per minute. Anyway, that's 2 I've shown you. The third one, is, I haven't got the album from them as well, but it's basically, hopefully you can see that down here, Derek and the Dominoes, Layla, and other assorted love songs. So they only produced one album as well. Eric Clapton was sort of, he was part of Blind Faith, which is a one album band as well. But yeah, so Eric Clapton's been in a couple actually bands that have produced one album, and Derek and the Dominoes was one. So he was also made famous by the contributor also of Dwayne Allman, the co-founder and leader of the Allman Brothers, who unfortunately passed away as well in a motorbike accident. So he was involved with producing this album on several tracks, and it's interesting that they actually were, the Derek and Dominoes were backing band for George Harrison on All Things Must Pass album, but I think they left after a while, or a short while, because Eric didn't think it was their style. So anyway, Derek and the Dominoes, Layla, and other assorted love songs, which produced the massive song Layla. That's 3. Now this is the next reason why I decided to do it tonight, this video, as opposed to next couple of days, is that this band has only got one album, and that's because it's their debut album, so I'm sure we're going to hear more from them. I'm not sure if you're going to know this band, but just in case that their new album comes out tomorrow, I thought I'd put this thing in tonight. Okay, so White Dog. Okay, album Sydney Limits, punk band. Basically, this is what you're hearing in the background, and this is the album I'm going to recommend to you, Rob, to have a listen to. See what you think. It's not something I generally pick up, even though I'm picking up more genres than this present day and age, and that's courtesy of you guys in the VC. Thank you. Basically, I was in a record shop. This is a year ago or something, and they were playing this, and every song was just smashing. So I thought, what is this? And he said, it's White Dog, their debut album, I think released last year in 2016. So I picked it up, and yeah, one album because it's debut. So if it comes out tomorrow, it's all good. And the last band of 5, of 8, is funnily enough, is that I was going to have Velvet Revolver there, but I can't put that anymore because I've got 2 albums. But I ended up finding out there's actually a band with your channel namesake called Blackstar, and they have released one album. Can you believe that? Check it out. So Blackstar, they're a hard rock band. I don't know any of their songs. I just stumbled across that. Just in I think late 90s, and maybe they've changed their name now to Blackstar Rising. Is that because of you, Rob? Anyway, so that was funny. I thought that there's a band that's your channel namesake. Anyway, so that is my contest entry. So the recommendation is White Dog. Okay, so getting late, better go to bed. Take care. Good luck with everything, Rob, and go well with your channel and keep spinning. Take care.